Mark here with PPT Trading Systems. I wanted to put together a video discussing one thing that changed my entire outlook on trading. And it was just a mindset, okay? So let me back up a few years ago. My wife and I are in Las Vegas. We're there on vacation. We're walking through the casino, and I'm looking at all of these people gambling. And I'm thinking of all the money people are just throwing away, hoping that they're going to get rich. Or not rich, but just hoping that they're going to make some money, right? And then I started thinking about my own trading. I wasn't a whole lot different. You see, I actually don't like to gamble. When I go to Las Vegas, I don't gamble at all. And that confuses people that know me because they say, well, you trade for a living. Why wouldn't you want to gamble? Well, it's because I don't have an edge at the casino. So guys, thinking about this changed my mindset. The casino has that edge. In my trading at this time, I didn't have an edge. I truly was just trying to make it. Some days were good, some days were bad, some weeks were good, some weeks were bad. There was truly no pattern for me. And why is that? It's because I had not yet built out the rules for my system. It took me a long time before I had the rules built to where I truly felt like I could act as a dealer and just deal the next hand. Just deal the next hand without even thinking. That's where you have to get in your trading. And you must be honest with yourself. Seriously, think about this. In your trading right now, do you know what the edge is in your trading? What are the probabilities of your success? Excuse me, guys. If you can't answer that question, you should probably stop trading because you will lose all of your money eventually. Just like a person who sits at the blackjack table, eventually the house will win. There's only one way to succeed in this business, and that is putting in the time to develop that edge. Or just like a business franchise that has a proven system for success, you buy into someone else's system. Someone else who decided to put that time in and put those rules together and learn the probabilities. Those are your options. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and you need to move on. Okay, let me show you guys a couple things that I did in the beginning to get to where I'm at with my trading today. Now, we're not going to look at any charts. I'm only going to look at some numbers in Excel. I'm in the middle of actually back testing a new strategy because I truly believe that anytime you have a system in trading, you should constantly strive to make it better. So that's what my goal is. Constant process improvement. So take a look at my spreadsheet here. And what I want you to recognize is a couple things. One, look how many trades I have already. 583 trades. Guys, this has taken me about 5 weeks to do, and it takes a lot of time. I have been working tirelessly on this. And what I've noticed here is I have a slight edge, meaning I'm slightly above 50%, which frankly, this number doesn't matter. This could be at 40%, and with the right system, you can make really good money. But I'm at 52% and a 1.4 profit factor. So that means I should be able to make some nice money on this system. Now, one thing that's really important when you're testing is to go through the charts really slowly so that you don't know the outcome of the trade prior to the completion of the trade. If you know the outcome before, you can easily tell your mind, I would not have taken that trade. When in reality, you don't know that. Again, be honest with yourself, because if you're putting in the time, put in quality time. The old saying is garbage in, garbage out. So if you're not putting in if you're putting in the time, but the time that you're putting in is not quality time, you will never get quality results. So I slowly go through these charts and I log all these trades. I have all this data that I log, and then I come over here and I add some filters. And I just put little X's in the column wherever if this filter would have been applied to this trade. The reason I do this is because I want to know if I need filters. Now, honestly, the fewer filters that your system needs to be successful, the better off you are. It's best to be able to focus directly on price and nothing else. So what I want to show you here is, well, let me give you a piece of advice when you're testing. Always test with multiple contracts. Have a set target, and then just have an objective way of trailing your stop. Do it the same way every time. Put those numbers in your main set of data, because then you can go test for just specific targets. So for example, this is if I just trail, okay? This number is if I just take one off at 15 ticks and then trail in an objective way every time. Then you want to come over here and put in what's called your MFE, which stands for maximum favorable excursion. That is how far the trade goes in your favor before you would have been stopped out. Then you want to put in your MAE. That's your maximum adverse excursion. That's how far the trade went against you prior to it being a winner or a loser. If it was a full loss, then for me, I risked 15, so this would be 15 ticks. Then you can come over here to this tab and you can see what your average MFE is. I know my average MFE is 20 ticks. Okay, that's going to come in later. So again, this number here tells me if I took 15 tick targets and then just trailed, how much money I would have made. This column, it tells me how much money I would have made if I went all in and then I had a 15 tick stop and then I was all out at 15 ticks. Sorry guys. This number here is a 15 tick stop and a 20 tick target. Remember, my average MFE is 20 ticks. So you can see this number is a little bit better, but the trailing method right now actually is the best. And this is a significant amount of trades. It's not just a few trades. So I have multiple trade types here as well. So there's actually, out of these trades, there's basically two that I want to do. 1 and 2 are basically the same trade. Guys, I'm getting over a cold, so I really apologize. 3 I'm not going to do. 4 I'm not going to do. I'm sorry, 5 I'm not going to do. So I also want to remove 4. I want to analyze this specific trade by itself. So I'm going to filter that out. And then what I want to do is I want to come over here and I want to look at my profit. So bear with me. Oh, where are we at here? Okay, there we go. Okay, this is 223 trades between those type 1 and type 2. It's 256 ticks, so that's $2,560 of profit. I mean, that's only okay to me. So if I come over here, guys, I've already done the homework on which filters to use, so I'm not going to waste your time. I know that there's only one filter here that makes a difference. It's if I'm trading against the high time frame moving average. So let's come in here and let's take out every trade that's against the high time frame moving average. So that increases my profit from 256 ticks to 319 ticks. And it reduces my trades by nearly 50. Okay, so I'm saving $1,000 in commission, or $500 in commission, and I'm making more money. Remember that, 319. And also remember that my average MFE before, over all my trades, was 20. So let's come over here and look at if I do a 20 tick target. Look at that. So I just went from 319 ticks to 592. Gang, it's the same set of trades. So on this specific trade, I don't want to trail. I have more than doubled my profit by doing this analysis. And now I know on a type 1 or type 2, I want to go for 20 ticks and then just manage the trade. Okay, so that's great. So I could actually think about this. Remember, the overall profit here for all of my trades, and this is trail only, is 24,900. Also, recall that the trail only method for type 1, type 2 was 256 ticks. If I do the filter, I'm saving $500 in commission because I'm doing less trades, and I'm making, instead of 256, I'm making 592. That's a 336 tick gain. And I could, if I wanted, I could actually add another 50 ticks in there because I'm saving commissions. But let's not do that. Let's keep it simple. So suddenly, I'm going from 24,900 plus 3,360 to 28,260. Guys, this is over the course of May, June, July, August. This is 4 months. 4 months. If I'm using a $10,000 account, which is what I would trade with this, my 10,000 turns into 38,200. That's a 280% gain in 4 months, right? Divide that by 4, that's a 70% gain per month. Okay. So here's what's really important about this. Once you learn this set of data and you start making money, if your live trades match your historical backtesting, you can just start adding size. Let's take this one step further here, and let's go look at the type 4, because that's the other one. This is actually, type 4 is what I'm doing now. It's just one little tweak. Okay, type 4. Let's go check out the trades here. Okay, 245 trades, $15,280. That's if I'm trailing only. Let's come over here. Remember, it's 15,280. So if I go all in, all out, it's 14,940. So I'm making less if I go all in, all out versus trail. At least at 20 tick targets. Let's go look at 30. Let's go look at 15 tick targets. I'm making even less. So on this specific trade, it looks like trailing is the best way. All right, so here we go, guys. What have I learned? Well, I learned on my type 4 trade, I want to trail. And I learned on type 1 and 2, I want to go for 20 ticks. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this truly helps you in your trading. And as I like to say, guys, and this is where it starts, follow your rules and trade for cash flow.